Hello everyone. In today's video, we'll be making calculation on amount due for water usage at the Green Park Villa. Take note that these are fictitious data. Okay, so you can see the Green Park Villa, which is the heading of the exercise. We do have row 1 to be the heading of the exercise and row 2. So we will be making calculation for amount due for water usage at the Green Park Villas for residents. Okay, these are the residents in that villa. Now, before we can get the amount due, we will need to complete these columns to be able to get the result for amount due. Now, this exercise is all about the Green Park Villas water account from January to June 2025. And these are the column headings, as you can see there. And we do have the residents' names. I'll hover my mouse to this point. When my cursor changes to the adjustment arrow, I would just click, hold, and drag up until when all the text within column A is showing. Now, the next thing I like to do is to merge and center the heading over the exercise. Now, the exercise stopped at column H, as you can see. So I'm going to click, hold, drag up until column H to merge and center the heading. I'll go to Home tab, Alignment Group, click the more arrow of Merge and Center and merge and center the exercise. I'll do the same thing for row 2. Click, hold, and stop at column H. Go to Home tab, Alignment Group, click the more arrow and choose Merge and Center. So what I have just done is to format the exercise so it looks nice. Okay, so as you can see, like I did explain, we do have the column headings here. All right, we have the names of the residents. Over here, we have previous water usage and we have present water usage, which is good. So from this place, we are able to make calculations for the rest of the cells. Okay, now to calculate for water used, we do have previous water usage and present usage. So I'm going to create a formula to calculate for water use between the month of January to June 2025. So to create a formula, I'll start with my equal sign. Click on the present water use minus the previous water usage. Okay, when I do that, I press the enter key on my keyboard to get the value. All right, now that I have gotten the value, I'm going to click, hold the fill handle and copy the formula to the rest of the cells. Now I have all the values. What I have just done is called relative referencing. Formulas can be easily copied and pasted from one cell to the other. When formulas are copied from one cell to the other, Excel also changes the cell reference or address. The changing of the cell reference inside the formula to match the number of rows and columns or rows or columns that separate the cells from the new cell is referred to as relative referencing. That is what we call relative referencing. If I click in this cell, you'll see that the formula is different, which is C14 minus B14. If I click here, you will also see that the cell reference there is different, C5 minus B5. Now we go to the next column. We will calculate for service charge. Now the service charge is calculated on 30 cents. So we are going to create a formula to calculate the service charge on the water used. Take note, the service charge is calculated on 30 cents, meaning that the service charge is 30 cents. So I'll start with my equal sign. Okay, we will calculate it based on the water used. So I'm going to click here, which is my water used column, to get the cell address there and multiply by service charge, which is the 30 cents. I'm going to open bracket because I want to convert that 30 cents. Okay, so I'll say 30 divided by 100. Then I'll close the bracket. So that is my 30 cents. I'll press the enter key on the keyboard. So I have that value. Okay. If I multiply by 30, it's not cents anymore. So I need to convert that to cents. So that's why I have to put that in bracket to get my value. Now that I have my formula done, I'm going to use my fill handle, copy the formula down to the rest of the cells. I can click, hold, and drag down like I showed you previously, or I'll go to the fill handle there and double click. Now, when I double click, it still copies the formula down to the rest of the cells. In cell F5, we will calculate for water cost. Take note that water cost is 50 cents. So we'll be creating a formula to calculate for water cost based on water usage. Okay, so I'm going to create a formula starting with my equal sign, and this is based on the water usage. So I'm going to click here, water usage, multiply by my water costs, which I said is what, 50 cents. So I'm going to open bracket and type in 50 divided by 100 to get my 50 cents. Then I close the bracket and press the enter key on my keyboard. So if I click there, go to the formula bar, that is our formula. So the reason I did 50 divided by 100 is so I can get my 50 cents. So that is the formula there. I'm going to click hold and copy the formula down to the rest of the cells, or I just double click the fill handle to do the same thing. In cell G5, we'll be calculating for the VAT, and the VAT here is 15%. To calculate for the VAT, we already have some values there, and these values are currency. Okay, these values that we have here are units based on water usage. Okay, so we will work with the currency values here. Okay, now to calculate for the VAT, which is 15%, I'm going to enter my equal sign, this, which is service charge plus water costs, multiplied by 15%, so I can get my VAT. Okay, so I'll just type in 15% there. But you see, this formula is wrong because the 15% will only be multiplied by the value in F5, in cell F5. So if I press the enter key, that's the value that we get there. Take note of that value, which is 241. This formula is wrong. So the best way to do that is to introduce your open bracket and close bracket. So I'll start again, put my equal sign, open the bracket. Remember, the VAT is based on 15%. And then I will say service charge plus water costs. Then I close the bracket and multiply the entire calculation there by 15%. And then I type in 15, which is the VAT. Then I press my enter key on the keyboard. Can you see that the value there is different? So you must know when to introduce your brackets open and close when you're creating formulas. All right, now that I have this value there, I would now click hold and copy the formula to the rest of the cells. Now it becomes easy for us to now calculate for the amount due for the Green Park Villas for the residents. So to do that, I'll start with my equal sign, then I will add service charge, water cost, and VAT. These are the values I'm going to add, okay? Now, why am I adding these values? Because these are currencies. Remember, this is units, which is water usage, okay? So I can add this. We are calculating amounts, and this is service charge is an amount, water cost is amount, VAT is amount. So that's what we will use to make our calculation here for amount due. So I'll click on the amount due, which is cell H5, start with my equal sign, and then I would click here, which is that, then I'll put plus water cost plus VAT. Okay, so that's the formula. Then I'll press my enter key. Now that becomes the value for amount due. Another way to create that formula would be using the sum function of Excel, which I can do this. Start with my equal sign, then type in the sum, open bracket, and select from my service charge up to the VAT. That's where I would stop, and then close the bracket. Press the enter key on my keyboard. You can see I still have the same value. So you need to know formulas to use in Excel. Now that I have the value, I can double click here to copy the formula to the rest of the cells. All right. Now that we are done computing for this exercise, it's important to note here that Excel displays a message when you enter a formula that is not properly constructed. And Excel returns an error in the cell when there is something wrong with the result of the calculation. On the screen here, I have written down some error type that Excel can display. Now from the left hand side, these are error type that you could see when you enter wrong formulas, and these are the meaning. When you see this type of error is when you are trying to divide by 0. When you see that error, when test in a formula is not recognized. When you see this error, when a reference is invalid. When you see that error, when the wrong type of operand or function argument is used. So you need to understand when you find an error in your Excel spreadsheet, you need to go back and make corrections. Now that we're done with making our calculations, I'll make a little bit of formatting here. So I'll go to the column headings from row 1 to row 4 and add background color to that. So I'll select that section up to row 4, go to Home tab, go to Font Group, click the more arrow of the fill color and choose that color there. Okay, dark blue text 2, lighter 75%. So I have that there. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is perhaps add borders to the entire document here. So I select the exercise to that point, go to Home tab, go to Font Group, click the more arrow of borders and choose all borders. Now that I have this, I can still make selection, which is, it is selected already. Go to Home tab, Font Group, the more arrow, then choose Tick Outside Borders. I want to have Tick Outside Borders there, and I want to apply Tick Outside Borders where I have this background color. So I select that and choose Tick Outside Borders. Okay, so you can decide to make formatting the way you like. All right, remember I did mention that from service charge to the amount is currency. So let's convert this to a currency type. So I select that section where I have those values, go to the Home tab, go to Number Group, click the more arrow of accounting number. Now go down here, you can easily choose rand or the dollar sign, but I want to show you that you can have access to other currency formats. So you go to the more accounting formats. Now from the category side, you choose currency. Now from here, decimal places, you can adjust to the decimal place that you want. So we can say 0 decimal place or 2 decimal places, okay? Now symbol, you click the more arrow and select the symbol that you want, which is the currency type that you want. So I'll just scroll further down and choose the US. You can choose any currency type based on what you're trying to solve. Down here, I like to choose a positive sign of currency and I'll click OK. So you can see we have successfully converted these values to currency. There's something I like to point out, which is BODMAS when you're making your calculations. So I'm going to type that BODMAS. Whenever you're making calculation, remember this BODMAS in mind so you're able to create your formulas correctly. If you look at the VAT, I did add open bracket and close so I can get my correct formula when it's calculated. And some other places you see I have open and close brackets there. It's important to go through this video if you're learning Excel so you would understand how to create formulas for your spreadsheet. Remember to like the video and share to others. I'll see you in the next one.